In this presentation, we will talk about bellows and its applications. Bellows are elastic vessels that can be expanded or compressed using pressure or vacuum. They are also available in different materials from leather to PET and even exotic materials such as titanium. Varied uses. The word bellows is only used in plural form, like scissors. Bellows have been used since the earliest of civilizations till today. Its applications utilizes the fact that bellows can expand, contract, and bend while maintaining seal. In the following slides, we will take a look at their following uses. As a brief history, bellows were used before since 1800 BC, mostly by metal workers to supply additional air on furnaces, allowing temperatures high enough to do metallurgical work, such as smelting or welding. Nowadays, most large-scale forges use blowers instead of bellows due to its consistency. A more recent example is in its use as a flexible air duct and is used to seal the gaps between adjacent train coaches. In the industry, it is used on machine tools, ultra-high vacuum, oils and gases, and even on the medical industry. An example of this is the anesthesia machine, which are used to pump air mixed with oxygen, anesthetics, and other gases needed by the patient. A vacuum interrupter is used on medium to high voltage circuit breakers by utilizing the vacuum's property as an insulator. Inside a vacuum interrupter, the bellow ensures that the system is properly sealed while allowing the movable contact to move freely. As the movable contact moves away, the surface area decreases, increasing the resistance. This causes a rapid increase in temperature on the contact surface. As a result, the bellow experiences fatigue due to the heat of the arc. Bellows can also be used as an expansion joint to absorb movement and vibration. They are also essential on moving high-temperature substances such as steam or exhaust gas. Expansion joints are also designed for other criteria such as noise absorption, earthquakes, and the movement of the system. Pressure balance expansion joints, unlike traditional ones, has connecting rods across two differently sized bellows. This is used on certain systems to eliminate pressure thrust, while still accommodating thermal movement and sudden changes in flow and in pressure. The flexible, yet sturdy quality of bellows is utilized as a coupling between the motor and the shaft to transmit power. Mostly used on servo motor, the key benefits of bellows includes misalignment compensation and precise transmission of velocity, angular positioning, and torque. This allows the machine to have a wider margin of misalignments of the shaft than if they were directly coupled together. Another key advantage of bellows is that they tend to have the highest torsional stiffness compared to other servo motor coupling, which is the amount of torque a material can take without distorting, enabling faster acceleration. They also have zero backlash, which is the delay of the coupling to react once suddenly halted or its direction changed by an external force. With a high torsional stiffness and a zero backlash, it is well suited for servo motors in particular due to its tendency to change direction and velocity quickly during its operation. Bellows on load cells is also used for flexibility while having a tight seal. This allows the load cells to be used on environments such as the food, chemical, and pharmaceutical industries, where materials and chemicals could otherwise damage or corrode the contents of the load cells. As a result, it is often used on different kinds of scales, such as platform-based scales, floor-based scales designed for weighing large and heavy objects. Bench scales also uses bellow load cells due to its common use on the food industry, such as wet and dry markets. Conveyor scales are often used on food manufacturing and industrial distribution to see if their weight is within the expected range without slowing down the flow of the production line. Stretching and contracting property of bellows when under pressure or vacuum is used to create a pressure sensor. The number of convolution or bumps of the bellow determines the stroke length and range. A larger diameter is used for low pressure and nets an increase in sensitivity and accuracy due to the increase in surface area. The bellow material also affects its performance. The relationship between the pressure and the dial movement is mostly linear until the elastic limit is reached. Due to their innate elasticity, bellows used for measurement is also affected by temperature, drift, which is the difference in the output values when the same amount of pressure compresses or expands the material. As a result, a calibrated spring is used not only to correct this, but also to determine its range and protects it from overextension or contraction. Finally, as a valve, bellows seal the valve on one end and is movable on the other by opening or closing the valve itself. It is used where no fluids must come out of the valve itself and is mostly used on critical applications. It is used on transporting hot fluids such as oil due to its flammable nature. It is also used as a valve on vacuum pump as it continuously extracts air from the pipes, where any conventional valves will let outside air to enter through the small gaps present on the valves. It is also used on hazardous fluids such as chlorine, hydrogen, and heavy water from nuclear power plants, where any leak can result in release of toxic or radioactive fluids. This concludes the presentation about the bellows.